same time in your successful career, you reach a very high position on Billboard and others worldwide charts. This is a clear proof that the market has changed its attitude towards your music. Did your attitude instead change without a market?
No, I still see the market as what it is, you know, it's huge conglomerates controlling a lot of artists, you know, to their means. And, yeah, I'm just talking about the business side of it. As far as the fans are concerned, I think the fans are ready for a band like ours. I mean, they're ready for something that is a bit more aggressive and a bit more high energy, and also on a different level. You know, something that has a lot more integrity and honesty in its approach. And I think, you know, the record-buying public recognizes that in us. I mean, we're a no-frills type band. You know, it's pretty much what you see is what you get. And I also think that the music on this album is a bit easier to understand too. And yeah, the music and the lyrics are a bit easier to understand now that we've adopted a more scaled down approach, a more simplistic approach. As far as, like, you know, the business side of it, it's still really the same.
What about the merchandising, for example? Do you, you know, you have your own ideas about the merchandising, or what things that, you know, hats, shirts, t-shirts?
Oh, we always have the last word on, you know, whatever it is.
So you yourself, or do you have?
Well, we have, you know, we have certain artists, you know, Pusshead. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he always designs all of our stuff. We tell him an idea that we have. You know, so we want to do this creature, make this creature, you know, the snake for Don't Tread on Me or something like that. Make it a Pusshead creature, right? So that was one shirt that came out. Or another idea for Sad But True, you know, we want two skulls looking at each other, reflection of yourself type of thing. So we came up with that. Those, anything like that, whether it's a t-shirt or a photo or a video or a, whatever it may be. We have the last word on everything, you know, so we put in our creative influence and we give our ideas, the artists and the people that, you know, the people that work the videos and some of these people that have made other videos for Metallica, they come back with their ideas, storyboards and what have you, and then we just go back and forth until we figure out, you know, what is the proper thing to represent Metallica.
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wait for death. Oh please God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh God, please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me.
If you don't wake me up, I'll be like this for years.
Hear me.
Back in the room, it's much too real. In from life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live.
Well, you know, we started out in the same situation a lot of these Seattle bands started off in. I mean, we pounded the pavement for 2 or 3 years, playing clubs in small places for a long, long time, and then we got a break. We got offered the Aussie tour in 1986, and it put us on a slightly higher profile. And, you know, things built up. And they've built since then, I mean, to this level now. As for where it's going, it's really hard to say where music is going because it's so unpredictable. I mean, there's people who are trying a lot of really new and different things these days. Whether or not it will catch on, it's really hard to say. But I think right now, I mean, as far as metal is concerned, it's very interesting because a lot of different people are experimenting with a lot of different things and using the metal genre as like a starting place, bringing funk influences, punk influences, sampling, rap influences. Metal is like clay. You can use it and mold it into a lot of different forms. And, that's a good thing about this music. It's not locked in, like, say, country western, which is, like, so locked into just, like, a certain style of playing and singing and, image. I mean, metal isn't like that. You can look like a bum and play metal. You can, like, wear a three-piece suit and play metal. You can experiment with it and bring all sorts of different types of ideas into it. And that's a saving grace. I think that's why it's been around for so long. Is because it's so flexible.
Bring a wire between the two houses so you could telegraph to each other. You'll remember the Morse code.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, fighting my only fear.
It's Morse code. For what? SOS. Help.
Landmine, that's singing my sight, singing my feet, singing my hearing, singing my arms, singing my legs, singing my soul. Let me with life in there.
What's he saying? He says, kill me. Over and over again. Kill me. Oh, God. Please make them hear me.
What is the reason why people should remember Metallica?
Oh.
What people are remembering, the Beatles and the Rolling
Yeah.
Stones, but anyway.
Well, it all depends on what people are looking for 100 years from now. What reasons they're looking for. I would just say that maybe they should remember our band because we strive to be a cut above the usual things that metal was known for. I mean, a lot of heavy metal bands were just caricatures of themselves. You have your whole Kiss thing, and you had your rock gods, and we kind of brought it to a street level. We brought some integrity into it, and I'd like to think some sort of intelligence, as well as the musical things we've done. But I mean, who knows? I mean, who can say? I don't know who can really say.
The video clip for The Unforgiven has been broadcast all over the world, causing an incredible enthusiasm. In addition, you kept faithful to the black and white style of the picture. What's the story about the song, and how does it relate to the previous single video on 27? And why do you prefer black and white videos?
Well, The Unforgiven is basically about a guy who just wasted his life away, and never tried to rise above his situation. He was a slave to these people since he was very young, and lived his entire life in that sort of situation, and didn't realize till very later on that that he was just in a position that was very non-progressive, and so that's basically what the song is. The video is about a guy who's in the same situation, but he finds a small little sanctuary, small room that no one knows about. And through his entire life, he gets what, small possessions he can find and takes him up to the room. and he tries to etch out a block out of the wall so that he can seal the entrance, you know, and thus, you know, closing off the outside world and his, you know, his captors, his tormentors. And when he finally does that, when he finally achieves that, he's an old man, and he just lies down and finally finds peace.
The two main bands coming from the Bay Area.
I think probably the ones that have made the biggest
Your
mark in the
friends?
last few years. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I did an interview with Faina Moore a couple of days ago.
Some pretty crazy guys, actually, but
yeah, very nice. I mean,
I have a lot of
cool
respect
people.
for all those guys for their own thing, but Jim especially is very close to me and very close to us.
What do you think that the fact that you come from the Bay Area had, you know, meant something in the developing of your music?
Yeah, I think that the whole movement of these young guys playing this real fast music that was kind of derived from punk music and this new wave of British heavy metal type of music, that the Bay Area was just kind of a melting pot for that. There was all kinds of guys that were interchanging in bands, and different bands that all started the same time as Metallica. But Metallica somehow, through, I think it just, the lyrics and the overall attitude that Metallica had, you know, brought them head and shoulders above everyone else. They're still the bands that started at the same time, 82, 83, in the Bay Area, that are still making records today, but they sell the same amount of albums all the time. They're still pretty much playing the same, right, they're still playing the same music, though. They're not really taking chances or, you know, maybe stepping outside the realm a little bit like Metallica has, using different instruments, you know, or trying to tackle different problems or things like that, not just always singing about, you know, nuclear war or banging in the pit or blood and guts, you know. That was like the first album. Okay, that's fine, because you're, you know, kill them all. That's how it was. James was writing the lyrics when he was 17 years old in high school, you know. I'm in a band, we're banging on stage, you know, that kind of stuff. And now it's, you know, 10 years later, Metallica has done a lot of things to grow. Each album has shown much, much growth, you know, and experimenting with sounds and different, you know, vocals and things like that.
fans, kids, crowds, and all the people that come over to see your shows. We were talking about it before, out of the camera, about the great relationship that you have with your fans. And I was considering that you with their, 4, 5, 7, 8 millions, I don't know how many are. It looks like you really, in touch with every one of them.
I think that
You have very special fans.
it's very, very, very important. I think all important to us to keep that touch. We're very conscious of where we are and how we got here. We can't play 500-seat clubs 50 nights, in one town to make sure everybody gets to see us. You can't, it's impossible. So now when we have to play a bigger place to satisfy, or, a couple nights in a big place to satisfy everybody, we still have to keep that intimacy the best that we can. It's more of a task sometimes to spread yourself thinner, but we always take the time to, for the kids that wait afterwards or beforehand, to sign autographs, to say hi, to, accept gifts from people or whatever, to give them the time of day, because it's very important to us to keep, to have that feeling inside, that we do still have the unity. It's very, it just means everything to us to keep that together. And as long as we do, I mean, there's going to be a Metallica, I think it comes to play really inside when we know that we still have that touch. It makes us feel strong. When you have the all for one for all attitude with the people that are there. When tonight, when we play this show, 16,000 people, it's, and you say, or James, you'll hear me say, it's great to have all of our friends here tonight to share this together, because that's what it is every time. We're all there for the same reason, to have fun, and to, we have fun playing the music, they have fun getting into the music. It's a family thing. It's a big family thing. And I think everybody has come to realize that, and that's the reason for the longevity and for the constant snowballing of Metallica. It started maybe 85, 84, 85, started really rolling, right? And just kept going and going and going. And now you're looking at this band that came from the underground and has a #1 record in America, still playing the music that they want to play. We're not like, oh, we better play this real nice and quiet so that, these people will dig it so we'll get played on the radio or something like that, because it's never like that. Because we play what we want. We have really high standards for ourselves, right? So if we come close to meeting the standards that we have for ourselves, usually a lot of other people dig it too. A lot of people like what we do. So as long as we stick to that formula of playing our music for us, then I think that we'll be able to keep the touch with the people like you're talking about,
expensive to the States, carrying around a very innovative stage and giving the chance to few lucky fans to be part of the stage itself. How did you get the idea? How did it go? How did it work?
Well, the idea came from our managers, really. They had read something in the New York Times about, you know, in some of these really glitzy restaurants, that some of the best seats that you can get were seats that were, you know, almost in the kitchen where you could watch the chefs prepare your meal. And they just basically moved that over to a concert setting and suggested to us that maybe we should put fans on the stage. And when I thought about it, you know, the immediate picture that popped into my mind was, you know, someone placing a big chair right in the middle of the stage and we'd have to run around them. But they explained to me, you know, that it'd be like sunken and there'd be, you know, like a little rail to, like, you know, hold them in, and but, you know, they'd still have a pretty good view of everything, and it'd be like a pit, you know, like a orchestra pit, but built into the stage, and now we call it the Snake Pit. And it's great. I love it. And certain nights I find myself playing to the pit more than the people out in the audience, because you get more intimate with people in the pit.
About playing live, we had a very good chance to see Metallica live at the Monsters Rock Festival last summer. Will you eventually come back to Europe and Italy later this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we plan on coming back for a full-fledged tour in October and November. So it should be fun. Headlining, yeah.
What about our country? I mean, my country, Italy. What goes up there?
Last time we were in Italy, it was amazing. It really was. I mean, just, you saw the show
Yeah,
on Monsters
so
of Rock. So wild.
It was like, you know...
So wild. It was, yeah, it was amazing. It was just the best acceptance, open arm greeting, crazy greeting that we'd ever gotten in Italy, that's for sure.